I was the only one that stood up to get first aid to my friend. Now everyone is calling me a creep because the injury was on her melons. I, 23 male, was at a pool party at my best friend Greg's house. The party was fun at first, but things quickly changed when people started turning their attention from the pool over to the slip and slide that Greg set up. At one point, we all heard a terrifying scream by the slide. The whole party turns to look, and that's when I noticed it was my friend Amy. I could see her clutching her melons and noticed how much red was pouring out onto her hands. She ended up sliding over a rock and took a pretty gnarly cut to her chest. I'm in nursing school, so I ran over to her and asked to see the cut, which she needed to pull her hands away from her melons for me to see. She pulls her hands away, and I see that it doesn't look bad enough for a hospital visit, but it definitely needs attention. I turn to Greg and ask him if he has a first aid kit, and he says yes, in the bathroom inside the house. So I walk Amy into the house to get the kit with her. I pause for a second and ask her if she's okay with me helping her with this, or if she wants to do it herself because of where the cut is. She told me, "No, I trust you and I want your help." We went into the bathroom so that I could take a closer look and wash out the cut. I put some Neosporin on it and bandaged it up nicely. Amy thanks me for helping her, and we go back outside. A couple women come up to Amy and ask if she's okay. One of them, Sarah, gives me a dirty look and they kind of lead her away. I go back to where I was sitting and notice my buddy Greg coming up to me. He sits next to me and says, "Some people were talking smack out here. I did my best to defend you, but I figured you should know that they were talking crap about you helping Amy." I asked him what he meant. He said that Sarah was telling people it was creepy how quick I was to spring to action and get an opportunity to play with Amy's melons. A few of the other women and a couple guys there agreed and were making fun of me. I was pretty upset about that, but I didn't want to make a scene, so I just ignored it for the time being. Later that day, though, I was sitting by the fire pit and Sarah was sitting across from me. Nobody else was around, so I took the opportunity to ask her why she was making fun of me for helping Amy. She said, "I guess that was a little mean of me. I'm sorry that I did that. I just thought it was kind of weird how you saw her melons were hurt and you ran up to her and insisted on helping. I know you're in nursing school, but I think you should have let a girl handle it. We all know first aid too." I thanked her for her apology. I don't like confrontation, so I just said, "All right, I guess I'll keep that in mind from now on." I realized that Amy might not know that they were talking crap about me, so I'm gonna text her and inform her about all this. Update, I called Amy and asked her how the cut was healing. She said it was healing well and she was keeping an eye on it. Then I asked her if she knew anything about the things Sarah and others said about me. And what Sarah said at the fire pit, Amy had no idea. She said the other women were asking her if she was okay and what happened, but she assumed they were worried about the injury and not about me helping her. Amy was incredibly upset that they would shade me like this, especially with a situation that involved her. She went to the friend group chat and tore a new hole into all the people that were talking, especially Sarah. Sarah and the others apologized to me in the group chat, but Amy said I shouldn't accept their apologies because they sat back and talked smack on the one person who actually stepped up and helped her. Amy also asked Greg not to invite Sarah to the next pool party, and Greg readily agreed. A few of the others tried to say that was too far, but Amy just told them to shut the fudge up and do something next time someone's hurt instead of sitting on their butts and insulting me.